Oh, darling. Hello, darling. How are you, my dear? I want to welcome you all in. Oh, darling. Hello, darling. How are you all doing tonight? Come on in. Don't be shy. I don't bite, darling. Unless, of course, you're into that type of thing. Oh, darling. Oh, darling. Can you all hear me and see me okay? Let me know. I'm using quite some different equipment tonight. I want to be sure that you all can hear me all right, okay? I want to thank you all for being here with me tonight, darling, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, darling. I don't take that for granted, darling. Let me just do a few things, make sure we good sound-wise, because dare I say, we're going to get it in tonight, darling. We're going to get it in tonight, darling. I want to welcome you all to Wife Talk, episode 2. Again, you all let me know that you can hear and see me okay. You should notice a different quality. You should also notice a microphone. So hopefully tonight, okay. Hopefully tonight we don't have any issues with sounds and all that. If we have more issues tonight, I ain't gonna know what to say at that point. Okay. I want to thank everyone that donates to the Cash Apps and super chats that helps us get things for the channel. I appreciate you all. So I am working on a few things, trying to get us right so we can really get the content out there the way we want. Again, now see, the camera is looking good for me. Let me know if it's working good for you, because I have been having issues with this camera, which is why I haven't been using it. So let me know, because if I need to switch back over to the iPad, then I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So before we go any further, y'all let me know. Is it grainy? Is it lagging? Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up, so I'm going to roll with we're good. I'm not going to move too much or do too much tonight, because I know how this camera I'm using is, and it acts a fool. Okay, so I am going to just sort of stay calm and hope that this thing does not act dumb. Okay, welcome to episode 2 of Wife Talk. Again, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Tonight, well, before I go into that, so I'm going to tell you guys what Wife Talk is. So I was inspired to start the Wife Talk series because I felt like there were so many Black women who want to be married, want to be wives, but unfortunately, so many of us do not grow up in homes with a man and a woman present. So a lot of times we do not understand how being a wife looks in real life. We develop our own idea of how it goes. We develop our own idea of how you get married, how you become a wife. When you get a wife, we develop our own ideas of what that's supposed to look like. And I feel like so far that has not been working out well for us. And so then the minute things don't look the way that we thought they were supposed to look in our mind, then all of a sudden we're kind of ready to like sliding tin. So I wanted to start the Wife Talk series for not only single ladies, but married women as well. Because I feel there's also married women who may experience different things in their marriages. And maybe they think, oh, this is just me and woe is me. And push come to shove, sometimes it's a totally normal thing that all married women go through. Okay. So I feel like this series is going to be productive for single and married ladies. I'm mostly doing this series for single ladies because, honey, We out here, we trying to be wives, and not only wives, but good wives, and have prosperous families. So even though I am very knowledgeable on people skills and relationships, I like to do this series so I can bring in women who are married, have been married for some time, so that we can kind of bounce ideas and they can spit some game on us. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys are joining in on the live. So just give me 1 second. Let me get this real quick. Okay. All right. It's getting mighty warm in here. I need to turn my air down. Okay, I feel like so far so good with this sound and video, because Lord have mercy. So tonight's topic was kind of inspired by a chick that I saw online, and she was saying how until she's married, she's single. Now, I will say that that is something I agree with if we are talking about legalities, if we are talking about technicalities, if we're talking about taxes and paperwork at the doctor. Okay, I agree with that. Yes, there is no such thing as a girlfriend or a companion or a situationship. All of that is irrelevant. I agree that the only thing that means anything is being a wife. Anything beside a wife really don't mean nothing. I don't care if you've been with this man for 10 years, 20 years. Until you are a man's wife, it's irrelevant. You're nothing. So I agree with that part. Now, what I don't agree with is the part that a woman should just kind of do whatever she wants, exercise her options, see a bunch of different men. And then when she gets married, it's, well, if a man don't want me to see no one else, or if a man don't want to do this, then he need to go ahead and marry me. I don't agree with that. The reason why I don't agree with weighing your options and you're single until you're married is because men do not wake up in the morning and say to themselves, I want a wife today. It's just not something that they do. So for me, I feel like, for me, I kind of feel like, that's not sounding right to me. To me, a man does not look for a wife or wake up in the morning and say, I want a wife. He has to see a wife. Okay. My opinion is you have to show a man a wife. Okay. If it was up to men, they would just hoe around their whole lives and just lollygag lost between different vaginas here and there. And they wouldn't ever get haircuts, and they would just, who would care? They wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. They would just do whatever. But men needing stability, needing organization, needing our femininity, needing our womanhood. These are the things, in my opinion, that, these are things we show a man, and then the man sees a wife. I don't even know if this is going to plug in. My battery is not looking too good on here. Now, I know there's a way for me to charge this. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Okay, so today we're going to bring Danica on. We're going to pick her brain a little bit, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to get her opinion on that. How does this work? So do we just do whatever we want, keep our options open? Do we just, we just live as we be, and then the man is supposed to come to us and say, hey, I think I want to marry you? Or, are there certain qualities we need to be exuding first? Is there certain levels of commitment or loyalty or things we should be showing a man prior? What is the deal? So we're going to bring her on. Just give me 1 second, guys, because I want to see if I can. I don't know if I can charge this at the same time. I know there is a way of doing it. So I'm sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second, because I do not want this to freaking go dead in the middle of everything. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. Is that going to work? No, I forgot how to do this. Okay. It's all right. I know what I probably need to do. Just give me 1 second. We were doing good for a moment. We were doing good. Let me see this. I might have to switch over. Just give me 1 second. Okay, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch this over and then we're going to bring Danica on. 1 second. We were doing so good. We were doing great. Okay. Damn, we was doing good. What happened? Oh, well. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, guys. We've had enough. Get this thing popping. Okay. I'm annoyed with my own stuff at this point. Okay. If y'all are annoyed, I get it. I'm annoyed for you all at this point. I'm trying to get in the middle here. But I think y'all for riding with me. And anywho, without further ado, let's go ahead and add the good sis, Miss Danica Marie, to the stream. What's up, sis?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? You looking beautiful.
You're looking ravishing, but what else is new, darling? I mean, come on.
Nothing.
Thank you for being here.
No problem.
I
You know I was gonna pull up, sis.
Sis, y'all know what? I pulled up on it. I text my sis. I said, sis, I need you. I said, sis, I need you this week. I said, what we gonna do? And yeah, my mic quality will drop, so will my sound quality, because I must have thought my camera was charging, but clearly it was not. But I know what I need now. I know that I need to go to I gotta go to Best Buy. I know what I gotta get. There's a little adapter thing I need to get. And somebody was telling me about something called a forever battery or something like that, where it's like an extended battery for your camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna go pick up like one of those, so that way I don't have to deal with the battery dying on me. Anywho, so sis, I don't know if you were listening to kind of what I was talking about before I brought you on, about how today what women teach is that you're single until you're married.
Okay.
Which I was saying I agree with to a certain extent. I do agree that you're single on paperwork until you are married. I do agree that a girlfriend or a baby mama or a situationship is not recognized by anything real and tangible. So I agree with that part. But I was saying that when it comes to the way you conduct yourself, when it comes to the way you move as a woman, the decisions that you make, does that also apply in that sense? Like, is a woman entitled to kind of do as she wants and she pleases, and then does she kind of bring the man into a consideration once he's married her? Or do you feel as though there is a certain way you need to move prior to being married to get married? You see, the title says men don't look for wives, you have to show them one. So what is your just general opinion on that? And then we're gonna dive in.
Well, my opinion on that is it's BS. And I'm gonna tell you why. See, there's this saying of don't be a wife to a boyfriend.
Okay.
And a lot of I like to call them genetically modified modern day females. They have the mentality of, oh, well, I don't have to show and prove myself. I can just be able to be a woman, be a female, and get everything handed over to me without having to show and prove my value or my worth. And I feel like that's so counterproductive, and it's not beneficial, and it doesn't work, because if you don't exemplify what it is to be a wife in the first place, how will he ever know that you are worthy enough to be married to? So
Right.
you have to set yourself apart if you want something as exclusive as marriage. So you're going to have to show and prove that you're trustworthy, you're supportive, you're reliable, you're submissive, you're powerful in your own right as a woman, you're teachable, you take care of yourself, you're able to take care of him, you're responsible. You're going to have to do something as a girlfriend first, as a potential mate first, to show and prove that you are worthy enough for a man to risk it all on, because marriage is a risk. So what sets you apart to say, you know what, I'm willing to take a gamble on you? not a lot of women will be able to really showcase that, or not a lot of women want to showcase that. They just feel like automatically, well, I'm pretty. Well, it takes more than that. Of course, looks is the first thing that captivates somebody, but it has to be more substance behind that than just looks, because looks can fade. So again, what are you actively showing as a woman that makes you valuable and worthy enough to be somebody's wife, to be somebody's one and only? You know, because a lot of these females out here today, they don't even want to be shared. So if you don't want somebody to, you know, tag team in the relationship, you're gonna have to pick up the game, you know. So you can't say I want to be yo everything, but then you're not willing and ready to do everything that it takes to satisfy that man, to please that man. You know what I mean?
This sounds like that sounds like being a pick-me, sis. Well, so sis, you're saying that as women that we actually have to show and prove our value to a man for him to want to marry us?
Yes, bitch. Come all the way here, bitch. Yeah. The fuck? What is wrong?
But that's being a pick-me, sis. And okay, the man is supposed to work for us. Okay, our job is to have our lace wig laid.
Oh Lord.
Have our flat tummy tea, our waist trainer. We need to go to Dominican Republic, get us a BBL, and then niggas getting on one knee. What are you talking about? He got to know that we can take care of him, and we got to show that we're trustworthy. We're single. There ain't no ring on our finger, so all we need is a BBL, and we do what we want, and they finna want to marry us because we the prize. So you talk about a pick-me, we got to prove something to a man. Why would we do all that for a man?
Because, watch my language.
Did you see recently that came out where they were talking about in the Atlanta airport on a Delta airline, where they literally could not find any personnel to cart all of these teetering BBL patients off of the plane? Did you see that, sis?
I saw that BS. And let me tell y'all something. That's because we are not going into great detail about what true femininity is. We feel like femininity is fat ass, small waist, big titties, pretty face. We don't go into the mentality of it. We don't go into the personality of it. We don't go into the roles of it. We are really surface level and surface value when it comes to talking about what a woman is and what a woman is supposed to be or look like. It's very surface level. Nobody goes deeper. And so when you are doing that, when we are being taught that femininity is only a look and it's not a way of life and it's not a personality, it's not a mentality, then you get a bunch of GMO females, you know, out here like, well, let me just doctor up my body. That way I can be the most feminine, beautiful woman. That way I can be, you know, what a woman is, what a woman's supposed to be. And I can't completely fault women for that. I can't completely fault the females for that, because there are a lot of GMO males out there as well that do feed into that mentality, as well as far as, you know, a woman, you know, her looks is her currency. Like, right. Yeah, to a certain degree it is, but you guys have to dig deeper and go deeper and start requiring more as men, because when you guys start raising the bar, so to speak, and saying, you know what, yeah, looks is where it starts, but it's not the end all be all, then these females will be out here doing more than doctoring they damn ass. I gotta doctor my mentality. I gotta doctor the way I approach you. I gotta doctor the way I treat you. All of this, it's a holistic effort. It's a holistic thing and a holistic approach when it comes to what a female, what a woman, what a queen, what a goddess is. And we don't understand that. We just feel like, oh, it's just a lace front wig, big booty, small waist, big titties, and maybe talking like this, and maybe acting like I'm just this queen to be, and I'm just no, it's way more than that.
Right.
And so, fellas, I'm going to encourage you to start requiring more, raise your standard, raise the bar as far as what you are looking for in a woman, as far as how she's going to treat you, what she's going to bring to the table. Because a lot of females feel like they are the table. And again, that's because a lot of guys out there make them feel that way. Well, I don't have to bring anything. The men just do this because I do got a fat ass and I do look like this. And so,
but these hoes be winning though. But so these hoes be winning. That's how it looks right now. It look like the hoes be winning. It looks like you see some women where they feel like they are doing right and they feel like they're doing what they're supposed to do, and then the men still will ignore them for hoes. So if the hoes are winning, why should a woman move in this way? Does she do it for herself? Does she do it like, what is the incentive that the women should have just in their womanhood if they want to get married, to kind of stay true to the path that you're speaking on and not fall into the hoes be winning mindset?
Well, first and foremost, I would have to ask, what kind of men are you guys paying attention to? So what I mean by
that, the women that they're going for men that are for the community and for the streets.
That's what I'm saying, sis. I'm saying that a lot of us are focusing and honing in on the fact that the hoes are winning amongst the peasants. The hoes are winning amongst the niggas, the GMO males. And so they don't count, sis. Mm-hmm. And so with that being said, it's just like a lot of us as women, we're like, well, the hoes are winning. Why I gotta do all of that? And they're gonna choose the hoes anyway. They go after the thoughts anyway. Well, then I have to zero in on what are the quality of those men that are choosing up on the hoes. And not only that though, sis, but also what real results are they getting? Are they only getting penis? If that's all you're about is dick and getting dick down, and that qualifies a woman as winning, then sure. But if you're looking for marriage, solid relationship, commitment, devotion, love, support, stability, security, the hoes are not getting that. They're getting good dick, bubblegum, and conversation. Nothing more, nothing less. And maybe a little bit of attention and a like.
I think that's too much that they're getting. I'm mad that the niggas sit and actually have conversations with them. That upsets me. It upsets me and my homegirls when I see men. I've seen men just do way too much for women that should have been busting a nut and pulling up their pants and going on about their business. But sometimes I also do think that even the men know that what is the point in that? So I think sometimes the men want to sit and have conversations with the girl and play fake house with the girl, because if men really, really like brought it down to the reality that you're really just having sex with this woman and going home, I think it would lose its thrill. So I'm upset that they even talk to them, but I guess they do that to feel better about things. So, okay, so let's just back up here. So how long have you been married, sis?
I've been with my husband since 2012. We got married in 2017. So 4 years. I've been married 4 years, with him for almost 10.
Okay, so now here go the Wife Talk series questions that we want to know. First question I'm always going to ask. So how did you and your hubby meet? Tell us the story of how you met.
So I actually ran into, me and my husband, we go way back into like middle school. Okay. But back then, we weren't on each other's radar at all, And then in 2012, we linked back up via social media. Now, sis, I'm gonna be real. I was already in a relationship when I started talking to my husband.
Oh shoot!
Oh yes, I wasn't genetically. Look.
Wait a second,
sis, I was a genetically modified modern day female. Okay.
This ain't tea no more. This Hennessy.
This Hennessy, sis.
According to the story go, this may turn into Doucette.
I was already in a relationship. I was already engaged, sis.
Oh shit! Go on.
So this is the thing. This is the thing. See, y'all know I'm gonna be real with y'all, right? Okay, so what had happened was, what had happened? Henny say, "Don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband." Look her, Henny. We're not gonna play with you, sis. Hold up. So I'm already in a relationship. I had been with this guy for about 6 years. Yeah, I wasn't shit. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't shit. He wasn't shit, you know, but I take mine on the chin. Okay. I'm accountable. All right. This is part of evolving and growing from the GMO to the queen. Okay. So I was with this guy for 6 years. I was with him from the time I was like 15 all the way up until I was like 21. The relationship, we were kids starting off, and I didn't realize how much of a no-go the relationship was until we got older and we had to live on our own and we had to be, you know, responsible and all of that. And I started to realize and see that, hey, you know, although this guy is older than me, he's really not holding down his end of the bargain as far as what a man is. I found myself being the man in the relationship. You know, I'm sorry, sis. Hold on. I was the woman that was independent. I don't need you, because he was showing and proving that I didn't need his ass for real. You know, just really letting go of his responsibilities. It's roles, fellas. Okay, it's roles, ladies and gentlemen. And he wasn't holding up his end of the bargain. I wasn't shit either. So I started sneaking around and talking to different guys on the internet and on the phone and shit. I even tried to meet up with guys and everything. And it got to the point to where I was just like, you know what? This guy is so damn weak, so damn soft. I'm just gonna tell him what it is. I was that bold in my GMO stance. I was like, look, dude, I'm gonna go out here and experiment with different guys. All right. Now, granted, sis, I didn't have sex with nobody, but I was talking. And who knows? It probably would have led to some other shit had I continued on. Okay. But let me talk. So so in this relationship, girl. I'm gonna tell y'all the real. I'm gonna be real with y'all. So I was talking to different guys and everything, but nobody ever got me to the point to where I wanted to leave though. So even though I was talking to different guys, I was just like, you know what, I'm comfortable here. Although he's not a man, so to speak, and he's not paying for nothing, he's not holding it down, he's not checking me. Y'all know women need a little bit of checking and acting right. We need a little bit of authority. He ain't had none of that. I'm just like, so I had to go and outside of the relationship to find that. Okay. And lo and behold, I didn't know what I was in for, but I came across my husband. He wasn't my husband at the time, but I came across his Facebook page, and I really loved how intelligent he was. You know, he always had very profound statements and statuses and thought-provoking, you know, things of that nature. And I'm just like, oh, that's so intriguing. And he was just exemplifying a little bit of masculinity and intelligence and power. And I just loved that. And I gravitated towards him. And I started, sneaking and talking to him. And he was like, look, girl, don't you got a man? And I'm like, yeah, but so the fuck?
Don't worry about him, boo.
Don't worry about him. And I was telling him, like, look, he already know what it is. I told him what it is gonna be, real weak ass nigga. You can just tell a weak nigga, yo, this what it's gonna be. I'm gonna be talking to him. I'll be back. I was like that. I was disrespectful, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it was damn magic realms. I wasn't shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But at least I was being honest though, right?
They would have grabbed your neck.
Girl, would have did something. Let me tell y'all something. So, girl, and I'm telling him, like, yeah, I got a man, but it ain't nothing. I told him about it. And what was so messed up, Six, is I was being honest and open. Like, I was bold in my GMO shit. I'm like, look, I'm going to talk to you and him. You can be the main one, but I will have my fun on the side. And you know what this man taught me?
What?
I can't even call him a man. I mean, we was young, so shout out to him now.
You can say this male.
This male told me, sis, That's fine. I just feel like I can't do no better than you. I said, nigga, are you serious? I lost all respect. Fellas, I don't care. Hear me out. I don't give a damn if you feel like you can't do better than that female. You let her feel like you can. You don't give her that damn power over you. I was like, oh, this nigga, oh, he really gonna be here. So I'm out here willy-nilly with my shit. Like, yeah, he know about it. He ain't going nowhere. I can do what I want to do. My husband, before he was my husband, he said, oh, hell no. He said, I'm not going for that. He said, look, first of all, I'm uncomfortable because you already have a guy. So I'm already out of my element right there anyway. He said, but on top of that, I'm not going to share anything. It's either me or him. And I'm like, well, damn, this is some masculinity. Okay, this is some authority right now. Did this nigga just tell me what he wasn't going to do? What he wasn't going to tolerate? I said, well, damn. If you're gonna put it like that, let me pack my shit. Cause all right. And he was just exemplifying everything of a man. He had boundaries, he had expectations, he had standards, he had respect for himself, and he was a man, and so I had to just go ahead and pack my bags and call Tyrone and go ahead on. But yeah, that's how we met up.
So how long into you dating your ex and meeting someone new? How long in between before when you met somebody new? How long before you broke it off with old boy?
So you guys, yeah, no, I'm too damn real. That's my damn problem. I keep it all the way 100. So it wasn't long at all. So let me see. When did this happen? It had to be a matter of maybe a month, maybe a few weeks. I was done. Let me tell y'all something. When that real masculinity, that God energy, that alpha energy, that king energy hits you in your damn forehead like boop, it just do something to you to where it's like, let me get my shit together. Let me and just make you just.
It was like the LeBron meme where he picked up the bag and walked out the meeting. You see that LeBron meme where he was leaving the press conference and he picked up.
It was very much so that type of energy. It was very much so that type of energy. It was like, you know what? It was one of those things to where I felt like he was the one. And that's something you can never describe or explain, but I just felt like this is who I'm supposed to be with. It was to the point to where I was in that relationship and I was thinking about him. And it was like I was feeling like I could not be without him. You know what I mean? So it was something within me that was just like, Danica, this relationship been dead, which is why you've been sneaking around and entertaining different guys and all of this. This is not where you're supposed to be. This was seasonal. This is for you to evolve and grow, learn your lessons, and go to a real man. And so that's really the energy that I got. And I was like, you know what? It's time for me to go. And it was very instant. It didn't take long at all. Like I packed my shit up and I went to go stay with my brother actually. Because me and the guy, we lived together and we had a little townhouse together. And I was like, you know what? I can't be here. The guy that I'm interested in, he doesn't even feel comfortable with talking to me when I'm with somebody, let alone living with them. So I was just like, you know what? This is not gonna work. I'm done. It's just been a wrap. And so I packed up and I left. And then a year later, me and my husband, we moved in together.
This was Danica, y'all. Yo, this was Danica.
like I said, one thing you're not gonna fall Danica on is being a liar and not being real and authentic. I'm very transparent to a fault. Like y'all can very well be in these comments like this bitch is scandalous. How she gonna do that? She left him. Shit, that was engaged, nigga. If you not holding down your fort, another king can come through. Okay.
This is the whole point in doing the wife talk series. That I want to talk about that real. I don't want to hear no more fairy tale bullshit. I don't want to hear no more make-believe stuff that we don't made up in our mind on how this is going to look. I want us to have these real ass conversations and talk about what the process might really look like when you meet your husband. But I'm sorry, sis. I just need to do this one more time. I just need to do this one more time because, yo, I cannot. Y'all, this was Danica running. This was Danica leaving a relationship with the weak nigga. This was her.
Now, I want to give a shout out to my husband, though, because at least he was real. Because he was like, look, girl, you're not going to disrespect that man. I don't even want to talk to you if you still with him. Like, I'm not doing that. Right. You know? And so I respected that he made me make a decision. Like, you either going to be with him or me, but I'm not going to be interfering with y'all shit. You know? And so shout out to my husband for that, because that was that real masculine energy kicking in. And it made me do that LeBron on their ass. Like, I turned into LeBron, like, you know what? This is over. We're done.
Right.
And so fellas, fellas definitely don't sleep on the power of assertion, okay? Of having to draw the line and having standards and boundaries and respect for yourself, because that man essentially was disrespecting himself, basically saying like, look, you know, I'm so invaluable, I'm so less than you or inferior to you that I'm going to allow you to basically disrespect me by entertaining other guys. And like I said, this guy proposed to me. Right. You know what I mean? So I'm supposed to be all yours.
Right.
So I wasn't shit for that, first and foremost. But at the same time, like, fellas, that's a wake up call for you guys to just have some respect for yourself. Because if you don't respect you, your woman won't.
Right. Right. Okay. So now you and hubby move in together. Now you guys are in official relationship. So how long in between you all getting into a relationship, and was it between that and y'all getting married?
So we got together in 2012. We got married in 2017.
Okay.
So about 5 years.
So how old were you when you got married?
26.
26. Okay. So now my next question is this. When do you feel like was the moment that you knew that you wanted to marry that man? Where did it happen in a moment? Was it a gradual thing? Like, what led up to you saying, you know what, I want to be this man's wife?
Bitch, when I hit him with the LeBron, bitch. Do you know?
So as soon as you left, oh boy, you knew this was the man for me.
I told you that, sis. I said it was like this feeling like this was the one.
Okay.
I took that damn man's ring off. I left it on the kitchen counter, and I went. Ooh. And I was gone.
Okay.
You know, and so, and look, y'all, I even gave the damn ring back. Y'all see that? Y'all see? I wasn't too genetically modified. I was a female. Okay, I wasn't genetically modified in my femaleism. I was like a. Never mind. Yes, I was a female, but at least I got accountability. I gave him his ring back and shit. But it was instant 6. I instantly wanted to make that man my husband. You know, I wanted to be his wife, and I'm gonna go out there and say this, y'all. And this is a reason why I did not make a huge deal about the whole women proposing to men. I proposed to him.
Oh shit, sis.
And do you know how disgusted he was?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Wait, I gotta get some more tea. I need some more tea.
Look, Vanessa got the eyes. Hero said, "Oh hell no." Look, y'all, I was 21. I ain't never felt that big dick energy like that. I ain't never felt. I ain't. Lauren, before y'all judge me, I was 21 and in love. Look, y'all, magic. Before y'all judge me, Ruth. I know I'm fucking lying. I'm not fucking lying, Ruth. Okay, this is the truth, Ruth. Before y'all judge me, I in 2012, instantaneously, okay, I proposed to that nigga. I said, I want you forever. Sis, I went and got him a ring. I got our names engraved on it. I wish I could pull that shit up. It say Eric and Danica. I went to what was that damn website I went to? I went to some website, y'all. Fudge. I don't remember the name of it. Zelle or something like that. And I got our custom made rings and stuff. And girl, I was like, okay, will you marry me? Like you so damn special. I ain't never had this kind of masculine energy, nigga. I want your chocolate ass forever. Forever, my lady. I was on my Jodeci shit. Forever, your lady. It's like a dream. That was what it was. The fuck? Y'all can judge me all you want. Shit.
Somebody said you went to Jared.
I ain't go to Jared. It was an online place, y'all. And you can customize the rings and shit. Girl, he couldn't even fit the damn ring. It was his fingers was too damn big, so he had to wear it on his thumb and shit. I was just like, I want to marry you. He was like, he said, I'm a man. Like, I don't want my woman doing that for me. That's something I do. He was pissed. I said, well, damn, I'm thinking I'm being creative and innovative and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I'm being creative. Ain't no woman ever did this before.
So you was in your heavy masculine energy, sis.
I was very genetically modified.
In the masculine. So, okay, so do you think, okay, so you saw a husband in him right away, okay? Mm-hmm. But again, clearly he masculine, but you was being masculine too. So now, do you feel like that's why he waited before he went ahead and had y'all get married? Do you think that by you having someone else before, do you think that in his mind he felt like, I need to really feel her out for some time, make sure I trust her before I go down that road? Y'all, my mic is where it's at. Please stop putting comments that I need to turn up my mic. You need to turn up your volume. We were having technical difficulties. Bear with me. Either watch it or you don't. But please stop writing about my volume. Everyone else can hear. If you cannot hear me, turn your volume up, please. So now, Danica, I'm trying to speak loudly. Y'all work with me here. Okay? I promise y'all on the next stream, we will have everything together. So you saw a husband in him right away. So do you feel like, so after you proposed, you know, it was just a lot going on in your masculine energy. Do you feel like he was like, okay, let me give this some time before I make this woman my wife? Like, what do you think he was thinking?
Absolutely. Like, and rightfully so, because like peep game and be real. Who would trust a female that went from being engaged, being proposed to, and all of that, and then just dropped this dude and then went to the next dude? Like, yeah, I'm flattered that you chose me, or you want to be with me, or you see this this specialness in me, so to speak. But how do I know you want to do this to me? Right. So I definitely felt like that he waited to fill me out to really gauge me and figure like, what kind of woman is this? What kind of female is this? First of all, she left this dude that she had been with for almost a damn decade, right? Completely just dropped him, and then chose me, and now she's trying to propose to me. Like, she moving entirely too fast. You know what I mean? So I'm very much so sure that my husband was kind of iffy to begin with. But like, when the person is the one, you guys, I don't want you guys to sleep on that. When somebody is the one and you just know it and you just feel it, you're willing to take that risk and that chance on them. You know, I'm gonna be real. Like, even I would be skeptical about a guy that made that kind of move. Like, how do you go from that to
Yeah.
being all in with me? I would be like, well, shit, I don't really trust him.
Right.
But when you just feel that chemistry and you feel that love and that connection, it's undeniable. You just know. Like, nobody can tell you that.
So you don't think we're corny when we meet a guy and then you're like, it's just something about him. Like, do it really be like that? Because I feel like that. Where it's
It
like,
can be like that, sis.
where you kind of feel something in yourself, like, yeah, like that's my husband. Like, I know it. Like, I feel it. Like, cause some people be like,
Yes.
that's corny, that's lame. Like, do you feel like that's how it really be? I feel like it really be like that.
Energy does not lie. Okay, energy does not lie. You feel that, and you know instantaneously, like, that is your husband, that is your wife, that is the one. And you could be with somebody, you can be, and I don't promote cheating or nothing like that. You know, at least I was honest, y'all. Like, look, I told that nigga, like, look, I'm gonna be over here. But
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not trying to tell y'all to do that, but I'm saying, like, you could be with somebody and then you just know that this is not the person I'm supposed to be with. I'm supposed to be with that. That's what the energy be like. It's like undeniable. You cannot shy away from it. Like, no matter how bad you try. Like, do you think I wanted to just pack up and leave after 6 years of being with somebody and being practically growing up together? I was trying my best. Let me tell you something, Six. I'm gonna tell all of y'all something. He says your honesty is flawless. I appreciate y'all for appreciating my honesty. It can get me in trouble, but I'm real. So let me tell y'all something, Six. I was honestly looking for faults and flaws in my husband because I was looking for reasons not to leave, but I couldn't deny my feelings. I'm like, man, so the first time we actually met up with each other, right? Before we met up, I was like, well, how tall are you? You know, I was real GMO. You know, if you short, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm 5'7". He told me he was 5'6". I said, oh damn, he's short anyway. Maybe I can just, you know, just have him as a little side toy or something. You know, it ain't gonna be nothing serious. I couldn't deny my feelings though. And so when I saw him in person, I'm like, okay, he said he was 5'6", I'm 5'7". He gonna be too short for me. So then that's gonna be a reason for me to stay in my dead end relationship and just be complacent, right? And then I walked down on steps to my town home and I saw him down at the steps or whatever. And I walked up to him and I'm just like, damn, he ain't even that bad. Like, yeah, he's shorter than me, but it ain't even that bad. And
Yeah.
then, like, before we talk on the phone, I'm hoping that he sound ugly on the phone. That way I don't like him. I'm like, the voice got to be right on the phone, Six. You
Right.
know. So I'm like, okay. So when I talk to him, if he sound like a damn I don't know, a damn chipmunk, I know I can't deal with him. I can't be with him. I talk to him on the phone. I'm like, I like his voice. I liked his personality. I like everything about this man, and I just could not shake my feelings on top of that. Like, it was like everything was lining up to where it was like, he is the one. No matter how bad you want him not to be, he is the one. And like I said, energy doesn't lie, and you can pick up on it right away, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it
Okay.
is.
Okay. Like I said, I'm glad to hear you say that because I know, I saw a she's like, I'm a Cancer, and my problem is I think all my men are my husband in my head, and then I get my feelings hurt. But I don't think that's it. I think, like, when a man is really your husband for real, like I'm talking about for real. Number one, I think a part of that is based upon you picking up that he also sees himself being with you too. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a give and take type of thing. And number two, when it really is the husband, I know you will feel like, oh, I felt like this was different before, or this was my husband before. But when it really is your husband, it really will be different. It really will feel like, because I feel like a woman has to totally feel that way to submit to a man. If the woman,
Yeah.
when a woman does not submit to a man, it can be because she's in her masculine energy too. But I also think it's because she does not see him as her husband. She sees him, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
as a dude where, man, because just like men have might as well wives, women can have might as well husbands too. where she might get with a man because might as well, maybe a financial reason, but she does not look at him and think that's my husband. I also think that we as women know when a man is our husband right away. I see the common misconception to me is that men know right away if a woman is their wife, which I do think in some instances that is correct. However, I think it is more so true for the woman, and the reason being is most of the time the way a woman look at you in the beginning is the way she will always look at you. We as women don't necessarily, as time progressed, change the way we look at a man. So I think that when a woman meets a man and looks at him and right away feels like that's my husband, that leads to her being a better woman to him, because now you're being guided in a way and you look at him in that certain level of respect. So you saw the husband in him. So what changes did you have to consistently make? Because I'm listening to what you're saying, and we know it all worked out in the end. We know your husband is a smart guy. We know he's a masculine guy. So if he married you, that means he definitely saw a change. So what would you say are the main things that you had to kind of check yourself about and change about in yourself for this man to get to the point where he began to see the wife in you?
Well, first of all, I had to drop my masculine ways. Like I said, I proposed to him. He was like, "Bitch, what are you doing? What the fuck is this?"
You
And then,
on one knee?
girl, I don't even remember. I think I did 6. Like he was sitting down on the bed or whatever, and then I was like, "I got a surprise for you." And then I think I did get down my, because it was for his birthday. And I think I did get down on, and it was like in a little dim lit room. I had the little candles lit and stuff. And he was just like, and I felt like he didn't want to hurt my feelings, but later he let me have it. Like, why would you do something like that? I'm a man. And I'm just like, well, I loved it you. But anyway, I had to change a lot. You know, I had to, because I was used to dealing with a certain type of male that was very passive, that did allow me to rule and dominate. And at the time, I didn't even know that I was turned off until I found somebody that triggered within me as a woman what I was missing. You know what I mean? So I didn't even know that I was looking for a masculine man, an authoritative man, a manly man, until one presented and showcased itself. And I was like, because for the longest time, I just could not grasp why I was sneaking around talking to different dudes. I didn't realize that it was a void that I was trying to fill. And so I saw, when I found that in a man, I gravitated towards it. But I still had things that were lingering on from my past relationship that I had not corrected. So I was still very stubborn. I was still very bossy. I was still in my way, in the sense of I didn't want to be, I guess, told what to do, because again, I was used to being the one that was the shot caller. So I had to definitely correct that and be more submissive, be more understanding, start listening. For the longest time, 6, I was a terrible listener. I never listened. I always listened in for what I wanted to respond to, not listening because I wanted to understand. I just wanted to be right. And so I had to change that about me, because he was also showcasing to me that he wasn't going to stand for the BS. So the same things I was able to get away with in my previous relationship, he was showing to me, look, I'll leave you. I don't deal with this. I don't tolerate that. And so with me feeling like he was the one, and me having this man to finally fill that void that I was missing, I had to come correct, because I didn't want to lose that I had found. Like I felt like I found my husband. I wasn't going to lose that. Like I already left a 6-year relationship and risk it all on him. So I better come correct. So I better correct the errors. And so I definitely feel like he made me to evolve and grow and show, improve, and stand on his square as a man to show that he was not playing with me as well. You know, I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how good the sex is. You have to be a woman. You have to be complimentary to me and understand your place and your role. And if you're not trying to do that, I can move around you. And so with me having that in my mind, I had to correct everything. And it didn't happen overnight either. I don't want you guys to feel like it happens overnight. So, fellas, if you find a woman that is in her genetically modified modern day female ways, don't feel like she can't be corrected. You can indeed find her, and she's a diamond in the rough, and you just have to polish her up and, you know, make it something that you want it to be. However, the only thing is, fellas, it has to be something that she's doing on a continuous basis. She has to be actively showing to you that she is trying to put in the work, that she is trying to evolve and grow. A lot of guys, Six, they just get with these genetically modified females and feel like, well, I can have a Danica situation to where I can choose a female that's stuck in her ways and stubborn and all of that and masculine or whatever, and I'll just convince her to be the woman that I always want her to be. But the difference is, you guys, that woman is not wanting to change. She's not wanting to evolve. She's not wanting to put in the work. So you're not seeing any changes at all. And a lot of guys make that mistake, and then you end up wasting your time. So absolutely make sure that you're getting a bang for your buck. Make sure that when you say you want this corrected, that she's actually putting in the work to correct it.
Okay, so what do you think was the point where you two got married? Was it a conversation the two of you had? Did he kind of surprise you one day where he woke up one day and, you know, proposed to you somewhere? How did it go when y'all decided, okay, we're going to go ahead and get married?
Let me also say this. My husband was not somebody that was into marriage at all. He was the type of guy that was like, look, why do we need all of that? We are what we are. We don't need the government. We don't need the title. We already are operating and maneuvering as this, that, and the third, right?
Okay.
It was me. It was me that was telling him this is something that I desired. And with him loving me and valuing me and respecting me, that was something that he was willing to make a sacrifice or a compromise for, you know. However, it's not falling on a one-sided kind of dynamic. So he was like, look, if I do this for you, you have to make sure that you're maintaining and sustaining who you are as a woman. And that's something that a lot of women do when they get married, or when a guy does say, you know what, I'll do that for you because I do love you, I do value you, and I see that that's something that you really want, so I want to give that to you. You have to keep that up. A lot of women, when they get the marriage and they get the ring or whatever, they completely switch the script and they completely change. Like, no, if this guy is willing to take that risk on you, you better give him a bang for his buck. You got to maintain your end of that bargain. And so when it came to us getting married, it was more so of, okay, this is something that you want to do. I love you. I respect you. I honor you. I'll do that for you. And it was kind of like an agreement almost. It wasn't something that was just like a fairy tale, and it was just like, oh, he laid out rose petals and he surprised me under the stars. Like, no, it was us talking, coming to an agreement and saying, you know what, this is something that you want to do. I love you. I respect you. I'll do that for you. You've been showing improvement to me over the years that you are worthy and you're valuable of this. I trust you. Let's go ahead and do it. That's what it was.
Okay.
We went to the damn courthouse. Six.
I was about to ask that. So did you have a wedding? I mean, honestly, that's how I want to do it. Like, I do not want to have a wedding. I think big weddings curse a marriage. Almost every marriage I've seen that had a big old overdone wedding has not worked out, because I feel like subconsciously the wedding is to convince other people or to convince themselves that this is something major. I've always felt like true connections do not require a bunch of people and a bunch of presents to unify, especially when half of the people you invite don't even like you anyway. I saw somebody who said, I would not invite anybody to my wedding that would not be there for my marriage. And I was like, bars AF. All the people come in to eat for free, dance, and talk about the wedding, no matter how nice it is. When you have trials in your marriage, issues in your marriage, they won't be there. I'm okay with my wedding being me, my husband, my child, my daddy, and his parents. and maybe like our best friends, and that's it, because people don't even want good for you anyway. So, okay, now you said something that interested me because I have dealt with this before. So, you're saying that even if a man might say he does not, so you're saying it's not the end all be all if a man says, I don't believe in getting married on paper, or I don't believe that we need to be married. Like, as a woman, do you hear a man say that, and do you give up? Do you say, oh well, if he don't believe in it, it's over with? Like, what's the balance between him saying that but you knowing that you want to be married? What is the line between saying he ain't with it, keep moving, or he's saying he's not with it? However, if the man loves me and wants to be with me and understands that if I want to have children as a woman, you want to have your children legitimately. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the advice for that? Like, how do you go about moving that way as a woman?
It really does depend on your true feelings for that man. Like, I just cannot express enough that I really feel like this was something that was destined to be. Like, if it's a such thing as destiny, I feel like my husband was meant to be with me. And so with that, I would say that when you really do love somebody and you really do cherish them and honor them and all of that, it's like, well, I don't need that either. It would just be nice. You know what I mean? Like, if I, for instance, let's put it to you guys like this. If you're with a guy and you're like, look, if you're not going to marry me, I'm going to leave you, then you probably shouldn't want to be with him anyway. You probably shouldn't marry him anyway or anything like that. Because if it was true, if it was real, then under any circumstance, you should want to be with him. You know what I mean? However, the guy has to have those same feelings for you as well. So I was lucky enough to have a guy that was like, that was willing to do that. Mm-hmm. He didn't have 2-6 and I still would have been with him. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really up to that woman and your feelings for that guy, what he's doing for you. So for instance, like my husband, before he was my husband, he was a husband. He was making sure that he was paying the bills, taking care of me. Like, he was doing things for me that my parents have never done. Family have never done for me. So it was no way in hell I was going to allow anything to come between that. You know what I mean? Like, I just knew in my heart, like, this is the man I'm supposed to be with. So even if he did not give me marriage, I still would have been here because he's still a man. And it's just what
you would have been okay with never being married.
With my husband, I would have been okay with never being married.
Khalid Johnson, somebody please block Khalid in this stupid ass passive aggressive comment that he just made. I'm gonna show y'all what a simp look like. This is what a simp look like. Everybody, please bring Khalid to the front of the class and look at him over here caping for piñatas and bean burritos. Khalid, did you really come on this stream that has nothing to do with her and sit and put your cape on for a tostones? Sir, please. Stop simping. Now, this was simping. You over here defending a woman who gives 0 fucks whatsoever about you. If you died tomorrow, she would not come. No, he can't delete that shit. I'm putting that shit on Front Street because we need to, everybody, please give him the attention he wants. Khalid, I'm going to be honest with you. Take your cape off. Okay, if you passed out right now, Vanessa Bryant would step over your dead body and would not give a damn. Matter of fact, she would use your dead body to step over a puddle and not get her Versace shoes dirty. For a non-Black woman at that, sir, you should be ashamed of yourself, Khalid, for this simp caping behavior you have going on. And mods, please block him and don't let me ever catch one of y'all niggas simping this bad again in life. I don't even want simp ass, hoe ass niggas like this sending $5 to cape for bitches that don't care if you live or die. Sweetie, you're going out extremely sad, sir, and you may be lost. Mods, please block this Butterfinger BB head ass nigga out of my chat. My stomach is now churning at you with this cape on, sir. You want to be Captain Mexico so bad. I can't even call you Captain America because you're over here with your cape on for a quesadilla. Nigga, you want to be sour cream so bad. Sir, if you were in the mood for chips and salsa, you could have just said that instead of coming over here looking like a Mexican wrestler ready to fight and defend a woman who would not spit on you if you were on fire. If you were on fire and she had a nice cold glass of Corona with lime, she would drink it before she would put it on you. Yet here you are in the chat of not only one black woman, but in the presence of two black queens sitting here telling us how much we were so mean to say something disrespectful to a bowl of ceviche. Now, I hope we don't ever have to have that bullshit happen again. And I hope that this shows the rest of the simps to please don't ever in your life. You must be lost. Did you really come in the presence of two black queens and defend a taco? Wow, sir, you should be ashamed of yourself. Now that is simping if I've ever seen it, sir. Let's not have that happen ever again, y'all. And hopefully we can move forward. Anyway, I'm sorry, sis. It was the audacity for me, sis. It was the audacity. How dare he? Sorry about that. So anyway, like we were saying, where were we before we were so interrupted by that?
I believe we were talking about marriage and would you still advocate for a woman to be with a man that is not trying to get married?
And you know, this conversation is I needed to hear this conversation. Matter of fact, I might call your ass later because now I need to ask some personal questions. But anyway, so what would have been the plan if he was like, nah, I ain't getting married? You would have just said, okay, you have given up your dreams of ever being married?
For him, I would. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, do I feel like marriage is something that is valuable and it is beneficial and stuff like that? Yes, absolutely. I feel like every young woman growing up wants to be in a marriage. You know, we got told the fairy tales and everything like that. However, we do live in a new day and age to where, you know, you're fine if you can find somebody that is willing to love you, support you, honor you, and carry out their manly duties without all of that. Like, that's why I'm for marriage. Don't get me wrong, but it's not something that you have to have, especially if you have a man that is doing everything that you need him to do. Like, so I'm all for having like a stable, secure, healthy foundation of a relationship. You know, long-term relationship. That's fine as long as it's healthy. You guys both know what it is and what it's not. Like, if you really want to be real, you don't need marriage for much of anything. We can notarize some things. We can write things out and plan. We can have wills and all kind of things. Like, you don't need marriage today. You really don't. It's something that's just, it's easy. It's easier.
So this is the thing. Here's the thing. I've always said this. If you don't want to have children, you don't need to get married. Marriage is literally for children. It is because it has been proven that children born to unmarried parents do not have the same advantages in life. When a child is born to unmarried parents, the child is a bastard. They are disregarded by society. They are not taken as seriously to society. So a part of the purpose of marriage is that you want to have your children legitimately. You want to be able to tell to society, tell to your children that they were born under very intentional, proper circumstances. Yeah. So now I would say if a sister doesn't want to have, because I've thought about this in my time. I thought about, okay, do I want to have more children? A part of me felt like I didn't want to have more children, but then a part of me felt like, I feel like I have to because I want to pass my genetics down as much as I can. So I know for myself, if I really was dating a guy and he was 100% dead set on I'm never getting married, I know I'm sliding. Like if he really says I'm never doing it, I know I cannot give that up only because I know I want to have children. I don't want to have a lot of children because it's kind of this weird position that we're in now, present day. So I know you've been out the game for a while, so you may not kind of be on to how this goes, but there is such a major stigma behind women present. The reason why I will never tell my girls like, oh, get married, like be with him, even if you don't want to get married, if she wants to have children, because to me that's giving the man too much power. To me, that means that everything that will happen in y'all life will be dependent upon the way that man feels, and that can be dangerous. And so if a woman, there are so many women right now, including myself, who took that route where they were like, you know, I'm with this guy and I love him and I've been with him for some time and he don't want to get married, but I'm still gonna have this baby and still be with him. Then it doesn't work out, and then you're stamped by society as a baby mama. Society says, oh my God, y'all men are simps. If you deal with women who have children, leave them alone. Like society literally wants women that have children to be left alone to die in the dust. So for me, I don't know how comfortable I am telling women, oh, don't worry about getting married, because to me, if the man know he's gonna be with you, if he's gonna give those children to you, he knows he's gonna be there for you and those children, he will not have an issue getting married, especially present day, where if you actually take the time to get your paperwork together, you can create airtight prenups if it becomes to that extent. But I feel like things were different back then, Danica. I feel like back then there was not this huge stigma behind being a baby mama. And to me, if women move like that present day, I can see how that would 100% backfire on so many women if they just went being with a man and having children with the man without being married. Now, if you don't want to have no kids and you're just going to get with the man, y'all going to rock out with your cock out until you die, and that's cool. You don't need to get married for that. But to me, ladies, if you want to have some children, present day, you are crazy if you pop some babies out for a man that ain't your husband. Boy, you are crazy. Because then if it does not work out, not us thinking negatively, but just thinking, you know, life and just the way things go. If it does not work out, then everyone's going to look at you like, well, bitch, you should have got married first. So,
well, I'm with you though.
Basis. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you though, sis, which is why I was an advocate for marriage, and I made it abundantly clear that that's something that I desired. However, I'm gonna be real enough to say that it's really not something that you absolutely need. Like you really don't. Like it depends on the guy, the quality of the guy that you're dealing with as well. Like I know that if I lay down with this guy and I give him babies, he's gotta be like top notch, like to the point to where he's gonna take care of what he needs to take care of, and this, that, and the third, to where it's gonna be solid regardless. Like that's the kind of man that's kind of man I felt like my husband is. You know what I mean? So I was willing to do that for him. Would I advocate for you to not do that and be a baby mama? No, but if you with a solid ass dude and you know what his character is and what he's about and what he would not do and what kind of father he would be outside and inside of a relationship, it's not something that you absolutely need. And like you can be married and get divorced, and now you still have that stigma of, well, see double. It's a double whammy. Like she can't even keep a husband.
But see, then that shows that you had the discernment. That's like going on a road trip and not filling up the car and then running out of gas. Well, sweetie, why you ain't make sure I had gas before you went? That's the same with having a child. Yeah, you're right. You could still end up divorced, but at least you know that you did your part as a woman to protect yourself, protect the lineage of your children, to do things the right way. Yes, I agree, Nathan. He says it brings honor and respect. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it does.
Again, the nigga that's
it's levels.
I am making it abundantly clear, ladies. I am not and will never ever advocate. I don't give a fuck how silent that is. I don't give a fuck what a good man is. Y'all will never hear come out my mouth to tell you ladies to go ahead and give a man a child without being married to him. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Now, me and Danica are two different people. We got two different opinions. However, it's kind of a weird situation because she's married and I'm not. and I have a child and she don't. So we both have different aspects in this that we're ignorant on. Now I will say, as a mother, boy, do not do it. Do not have no kids with no man if he does not want to marry you. Because to me, if he know he gonna be there anyway, he gonna go ahead and lock it on down. Now it's a difference of opinion. Okay, so let me ask you the next question.
I'm just gonna say this: it's levels to the conversation and it's variations and stuff. So but I am for marriage, obviously, because I told my husband I want to be married, and he respected and loved me enough to give me that. So go ahead.
Okay. So let me ask you this: when you look at how women today are moving. Women that, now we're not talking about the women that talk about thought shit and hot girl summer and talking about they don't want to get married. Because in my opinion, any woman that is a real woman and a feminine woman want to get married, period. Okay, so what would you say is the main thing that women present day that say they want to be married are doing wrong?
They're not understanding the roles of what a wife is. They think being a wife is, like you said, Brazilian butt lifts, snatch waists, and big titties, and being pretty, sitting on an island, having a high value man take care of them. That's not what a wife is. Those are things that are nice, but that's not really going into detail of what your duties are as a woman. Again, you can't even have women these days. You can't even say the word submission without women being like, oh, it's a new time. It's a new day and age. That's slavery. They had a whole uproar about the Cater to You song. So that in and of itself speaks volumes about what's holding women back from marriage these days. We don't know what it takes. We feel like marriage is a one-sided thing. It's all about our benefits and what the man is going to do for us, but nobody ever shines a light on what that requires from that woman. I had a lot of cleaning up to do, Six. Y'all can see from my stories, I wasn't shit. Okay? I was not shit. I was out here entertaining different dudes in your face, just real blunt, real bold, real masculine. I was doing all of this silly stuff, and so it took for me to realize that, hey, I got this wrong. I've been going about this entirely wrong. Let me listen to a man, a real man. This is the man that I'm looking for. I've been wanting, I've been needing, and not even know I needed it, And so let me listen to what a real man has to say. A lot of women today, Six, they're not even listening to what the men have to say. They're too focused on what the niggas got to say and complaining about the niggas. Focus on the king. You say you a queen, right? Listen to what the kings are saying. The kings are saying, look, I want a supportive woman, a submissive woman, a nurturing woman, a loving woman, a fit woman, an understanding woman, a teachable woman, a coachable woman. That's what the kings are saying. But we're so focused on the niggas, and these niggas, they just sold this, they sold that. Don't worry about them. You don't want them anyway. We're not even listening to what the men want. That's our problem. That's what's holding us back. We don't know our role, and we're not coachable.
So, okay. So, see, these type of people I like. Y'all, these are my type of people. I don't like people who cap. I don't like people who front like they perfect. I don't like all that. These are the type of people I love. And these are the type of people that are set to teach. Okay? So this is why I'm so happy that we were able to have the sis on here, because some people may look at it like, well, damn, but she keeping it real. And this is how she knows. So when the sis is on her channel teaching, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe. When sis is on her channel teaching, now y'all see she not teaching, pulling this stuff out her ass. This is why, and this can go for both of us. This is why we get on you sisters so much, because we want y'all to know it ain't never too late. Y'all can always do better. You do not have to die on these hills. When you know better, you can do better. A lot of you sisters, you get so stuck in your ways. You get so consumed with defending your toxicity instead of admitting to it and putting in the work to change it. So y'all might feel like, well, damn, but I respect this so hard. Shout out to that man, Randy Booker. I love me some Randy Booker, y'all. He is one of my favorite masculine archetypes. I'm gonna do a series about my 5 favorite masculine archetypes, and I might make Randy Booker one of my archetypes because it's his masculinity for me, honey.
Period. And it gets you in line. I'm telling y'all, that masculinity gets you in line. Have you
What
leaving them simps behind? Okay.
Listen, it's the masculinity. Masculinity will overcome all. So that segues me into my next question. I'm gonna let you go in a second, sis. I'm over here just.
I got time. I ain't got nothing to
Did you
do.
look at your wrist? You got time today?
I got time.
Okay. So what would you? So now, by you being married for some time now, knowing what you know now, what would you say is the most important thing that we should be looking for when choosing a husband? Like what when you think about your day-to-day life, how y'all navigate, what is the number one like non-negotiable most important thing we as single ladies should be looking for in a man before we are choosing him to be our husband?
Structure and a man with vision.
Mm.
A man with that's solid on his square, that is not going to move or budge away from his sights. A lot of us are needing that. A lot of women, we need structure, we need order. And so when we have a man that has purpose, that is driven, that has vision, that goes after what he wants, oh my gosh, you guys are unstoppable because you have a guy, you have a man on your team that is holding down the fort, which gives you room to be in your femininity, to rest in your femininity, and then you get to compliment him and help and assist him on his way and his journey of building. But we definitely need to be looking for men that are purpose driven, have vision, are self-disciplined. That's very important. Your man has to be self-motivated and self-disciplined because he's going to need to be able to keep his own gas going without you. That's how you know that he's a real man, that he's a sturdy man or a king on his foundation, on his purpose, because he's being motivated and pushed to new heights without you. So you add you to the mix, you already know you guys are going to the top. So you definitely want to look for that in a man, an ambitious man, a focused man, a man with vision, a man that's self-disciplined, self-motivated, with structure and order, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All of that is very important because it showcases that he's a leader. So look for a man with leadership qualities, period.
So how do you feel about men and cheating? Like, how do you feel about that? When you say the man need to be self-disciplined, are you speaking in more so in his career or more so in him being disciplined as to not dealing with other females or other women?
Me personally, in my personal opinion, both. I don't want a man. I personally don't want a man that is going to be cheating on me or dealing with other females. Like that's my personal opinion, though. So me, all of that matters. I need to know that you are focused enough to where it's going to be all about our kingdom and making sure that we're on the righteous path and we're, going to the heights that we need to elevate to. So self-discipline all around, mentally, physically, financially, purpose wise, you name it. Like you need to practice self-discipline on a daily basis. Like for instance, it could also be in a sense of you staying true on your purpose. Like my husband, he is so self-disciplined that he wakes up early on his own and reads. He makes that's a habit. That's a ritual for him. He's very self-disciplined. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to execute on that. And to me, that is what's making our foundation as solid as it is that I have a man that mean what he says and says what he means and is going to execute upon his plans. So and all of that goes back to being a self-disciplined, self-motivated type of individual.
Now, see, a brother here says, I want your input on this. A brother here says, where did it go? He says, I say a winner is entitled to many prizes so long as he's honest about his pursuit. So, do you feel like as hubby continues to grow, get his money increasing, do you feel like you will allow him to exercise options if he is a winner? How do you feel about that? Should a woman allow her man to kind of do his thing as long as he's bringing home the bacon, as long as he's winning? Like how do you operate in that way as a married woman?
Again, my personal opinion, it's a no for me, dog. But hey, it
Well,
depends
well,
on you,
but wait
huh?
a second, because I want to really get your opinion, not even just for you, but in general. Because unfortunately, again, see, you got out the game a long time ago. The game is different now. These Negroes think they the prize. They think they are entitled to having multiple women. A lot of men are overly experienced at this point. They've been dating kind of for the streets for so long. A lot of men don't feel they could ever really be with one woman. So things are different. These men truly think how that brother just said that, how he was like, well, a winner is going to have multiple prizes. They really believe that. So how do women navigate that in this current climate to get a husband?
Well,
Y'all keep saying be honest and upfront. Okay, so you're gonna look a woman in her eye and be like, hey, listen, I ain't shit. I'm never gonna be with just you. I'm always gonna have other women. Like, what should a woman do if a man? These niggas talk about something. Be honest. So, Danica, like, what's your advice for a woman to do when she's navigating the dating pool? She want to get married, and these Negroes talking about, oh my God, I shouldn't be able to exercise my options, and I should be able to have multiple prizes. Where do the women?
okay, let me just say this. I am very fortunate and luckily my husband, he's not that type of guy anyway that believes in polygamy. Like he's really like a one woman type of guy, and I'm very grateful for that. But taking my own self out of it and just being, unbiased in this. If I were talking to women of today that were on the dating scene and they're dealing with men that are maybe well to do, and he's like, look, I am going to be out here entertaining other women, and don't worry though, I'm going to make sure you're taken care of. I'm going to make sure I'm doing right by you, so on and so forth. Then I would go ahead and say, see what it's about. If he's what you're looking for, it's always going to be those exceptions to where it's like, well, I mean, he does exemplify everything that I'm looking for in a man, and this, that, and the third. He fulfills me, he satisfies me, he loves me, he respects me, he's honest with me, apparently. Then go ahead, but me, and then go back to my personal opinion. I wouldn't want that, but I mean, I'm also the same girl that just said that I would be open to not being married, although I am, you know what I'm saying? Even though I am married and I wanted and I desire marriage, I found that guy that I really loved and I really cared about. Who knows? Like, if my husband would have come to me right now today, if my husband, if my husband would have come to me right now today, six, I'm gonna be real with y'all and say, if he said, you know what, I think I want to explore different women. I don't know how I would respond to that. I mean, I really do want,
Respond.
I think, I don't know. I really feel like, and it's going to be some real pick me shit. Like I said, I was the same woman that was willing not to be married if that's what he wanted not to do. He did that out of the kindness of his heart. I would have still been here. So I don't know. Maybe I still would be open to that. Now, maybe I still would be here if he told me, like, look, I want to have different women. I would have to just, I mean, because he is holding down his end of the bargain. He's making sure I'm taken care of. I'm living the life I like to live. I'm able to do what I want to do. So, I mean, hey, you know,
So
so
we should be open to it.
I feel like you should be open to it if he is embodying everything that you're looking for, and if he's going to be open and honest about it. You can't do nothing but respect that and say, okay, well, because now you know what you're dealing with.
I
You
can't.
know,
I
you know.
can't do it.
My whole thing
I
is
prefer.
being a lie. If you're gonna lie about it, then that's a problem.
I
You said you
prefer for
couldn't
my
do it,
man to
shit.
cheat the old-fashioned way.
You want your man to cheat the old-fashioned way?
Yeah, like all other men been doing for centuries. I'm sorry, I just cannot do it. Like, I am not about to be looking like no duck sitting at home knitting a sweater. Meanwhile, I'm out with other women. Nah, forget that. I'm not doing that. You need to cheat the old-fashioned way, like man been doing for centuries, and have you some around the corner and I don't know shit, and still put me first and the family first, no matter what. Period. I don't want to know about that shit. I don't want to hear about that. I personally can't do it. More, I just could not do it. A man would have to. I'm talking about. He would have to have excess He would have to have so much money to where this will change the lives of myself, my children. It had to be to the extent where my children from 7 generations from now gonna be straight. That I had to grin and bear it and deal with this fool talking about he don't think he should be with one woman. No, other than that, unless this fool has life-changing money, for me, you need to cheat the old-fashioned way, like every guy has been doing, and have you a little something on the side, you know, and feel like you somebody and go ahead and bring that back home. But no, I'm sorry, I just cannot do it. I just can't.
I would respect the man for being honest with me, so I'll know what I'm dealing with.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Yeah, he could be honest. He could be honest. That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree. I'm with you. He can definitely be honest. He need to be honest. And I'm going to also be honest and be like, no, I can't
Right. Because when a man is honest, then that gives you the opportunity to say yes or no. You know, so don't try to play me. I don't like that because I'm not stupid either. So no, just be upfront and say what it is and what it ain't, and then I can make my own decision and come to my own conclusion. Now, am I for it at all? Hell no. You know, but if I was presented with a great, let's say it's a great man of my dreams, sis, you're not gonna keep playing with me. If this was a man of my dreams and he was doing what he needed to do.
No, can do. I can't go. This me when a nigga tell me, listen,
Then I don't know. Like
I want to have multiple wives. I'm just letting you, I want to be honest with you, baby. This me. And I'm going to do just how on his way out. The same way he was doing where he was like, I'm going to holler at you. That's going to be me on my way out the door. Hell no, I'm not doing it. I'm not the girl for you. What the hell do I look like? So what am I supposed to be doing while you out with these other women? I know for me, baby, you got to cheat the old-fashioned way. Eve,
I don't want no parts of it. To be honest, Six, I don't want any parts of it.
Eve said, hold on, wait, this was funny. Yo, this was funny AF. Eve said, where'd it go? Eve said, oh, here she go. Eve said, he could cheat, but I would cheat also. Eve said she gonna be like, yeah, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
But see, if he's honest, if he's honest, that'll be something you guys could work out. You guys can make a compromise and agreement and say, you know what, you do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. But if nobody knows what nobody is doing, you're getting played. Shit, at least let me know what's up so I can make my own decisions.
I'm sorry, but like I said, I just don't know, like, what do women do when I mean, how does that look in the everyday life? So the man tell you, hey, that's why I ask a man up front now, because that has happened to me before, where I dated a man for months. I used to date this guy. He was from Indianapolis. Handsome guy. We had amazing chemistry. Like, everything was great. Mm-hmm. And so one day he comes to me and tells me, I got to tell you something. And so I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know what he was going to say. So he's like, yeah, I want to be honest with you about this and let you know what's going on. So I'm like, okay, what is it? He's like, I have been researching polygamy and what it is, and I've decided that I want to practice polygamy. I said, nigga, we've been talking for like 6 months. Okay, now not at any point did you think that you wanted to disclose to me that you wanted to be polygamous. And I learned my lesson in that instance where I was like, oh hell no, when you are dating, you need to ask these niggas the first date so you don't waste your time. Baby, what is the deal with you? Okay, yeah. Are you ready to be with one woman? Do you cheat the old-fashioned way? Do you not cheat? Do you want to be polygamous? Like, I think it is very important for women present day to ask these men up front without any room for interpretation. Look him dead in his eye and ask him, and y'all need to come to an agreement from the beginning on what that's going to be, because again, we are in a different climate. So I enjoy having these wife talk series because we get to hear from the wives who've been married for some time, but we do got to remember they've been out the game. Okay, and I've been told y'all, every 5 years, niggas mutate. So the nigga today will be a different nigga in 5 years. Every 5 years, you know how they say like, oh, every year the flu mutates to a different strain? Niggatry mutates every 5 years. Every 5 years, niggas will be completely different than they were 5 years prior. So any woman that has been out in the game for more than 5 years, there's a lot the po baby don't know. These niggas hitting a little different. Okay, I know we're the same age. So I know back in our teen years, early 20s, the men, I had never heard a man refer to himself as no prize. I had never heard no man talk about no polygamy. I have never heard no man talk about, oh, we're not meant to be. I've never heard men be so open with that. So back in my day, men, not saying that men did not cheat. However, men cheated again the old-fashioned way. Okay, and don't do that. Don't do that, what you just did, and lie on me talking about I made a video talking about polygamy would work. No, if you go back and watch my video on polygamy, it actually does not say that whatsoever. It talks about what would be necessary for polygamy to work and why we are in no way, shape, or form in the capacity to make that happen at this time. We barely are getting married as one man and one woman. We can barely. Relationships these days last about 3 to 6 months. Present day, oh yeah, present day. Listen, when you talking to single people, you be like, oh, what happened to so and so? Oh, they did this. We stopped talking. People meet, talk for a few months. Some BS happens. It blows up. You out of here. We cannot even figure out how to navigate relationships to get us married and committed as one man and one woman. And Negroes want to overstep all the other steps it would take to get us to that point mentally and spiritually to switch straight to polygamy. And I also spoke about how men think that polygamy is this plethora of beautiful women sharing a bed with him. That is not what polygamy is.
Yeah, and I see that too.
Y'all don't even pick the woman. All the women who are fat, ugly, single moms, you know how polygamy works? Maybe one wife is attractive and young. The rest of them after that got other niggas' kids. They out of shape. They ugly. Polygamy means all the women get married. So y'all Negroes do not get to just go pick all the baddest wives and that's it. Another reason of why polygamy was stopped, two of the main reasons why polygamy was stopped in major cultures is because number one, it was having a negative effect on the children. It was confusing the children and making the children unstable. And number two, what was happening is the women were all going and sharing the tallest, strongest, richest, biggest dicked man and leaving all the regular men on their own. The women were saying, okay, well, if I am going to share a man, he needs to have it all. So the man that was 6'5" with a 10-inch dick and all the money and the strongest one, all the women were sharing him. And regular Joe, which is a good 80% of y'all that are 5'10" and shorter, that make a regular amount of money, use a regular guy, half of y'all balding, half of y'all got beer bellies. The women are not sharing y'all. It ain't happening. So y'all can say you want polygamy all you want to. You know who made polygamy a thing of the past? Men. Because all the regular guys was looking at all the guys 6'5" with 10-inch dicks and was like, where's the women for us? So all of you men that are under 6'5" and your penis is under 10 inches and your bank account is under high six figures, you really shouldn't be out here talking about polygamy. I'm be honest with y'all. Y'all really need to sit down and kind of pipe down. And a lot of y'all need to humble yourself. And you a regular guy. You need to learn how to be happy with one woman and sit y'all ass down somewhere.
Well, damn.
Because it's a lie when they say women want monogamy. No, it's not. It's not women that decided on monogamy. It was men. Because again, the tallest, strongest man with the biggest dick's gonna get all the women. And the rest of y'all, monogamy is the reason why a lot of y'all even have a woman. Because if polygamy was a thing, a lot of y'all, for your woman being your only woman, is the reason why, for a lot of y'all, why she even there. Okay? Otherwise, she'd be with a man that was 6'5" with 10-inch penis. Okay? Y'all are 5'9". Talk about your polygamist. Please sit down. Get you one good woman and sit down somewhere. Okay? So I don't like that stigma. Oh, we're not meant to be with one woman. Please shut the hell up. And that's why I said y'all need to just cheat the old-fashioned way, where y'all have a woman and then you have a little thing on the side, but you know you held down here. Y'all need to stop talking as though you're supposed to have multiple relationships with multiple women. No, y'all are not. Anyway, sis, I'm just going slap off at this point.
You hurt my feelings, bitch. I'm taking my penis. Like, is my penis big enough?
No, I
like,
know. I'm sorry. I just kind of let it be known because that's the stigma is, oh, these women be forcing monogamy. No, they're not. No, they're not. That's the men. The man that was 5'9", he's the one that said, man, we ain't doing this polygamy stuff. Everybody get one. Man, hell no. It was the rest of the regular guys that are not 6'5" and don't have 10-inch dicks that were like, man, fuck this polygamy stuff, man. Everybody just get one. That ain't fair. No, fuck that. And then y'all sitting over here talking about polygamy. Boy, if y'all don't sit y'all regular asses down somewhere. Y'all regular ass fuck talk about polygamy. Child. Goodbye. Anyway.
Like, damn. I'm like, damn. Do I got a 10-inch? Because I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna measure up to this shit. Like, where? Damn, bitch.
I'm just saying.
Do I got a beer belly? I mean, shit. God damn. I got Irish Spring and everything. Like, what the fuck?
I'm just saying, like, these Negroes kill me. Okay. So hey, Rue of Kemet, let me ask you this. Are you a winner? Because I know what you look like. Okay, and you regular to me. So I'm confused as to what you mean by if he regular. Nigga, you regular. Okay, I love you and all, but I mean, where is this coming from? Talk about, well, if he regular, he not a winner. Last I checked, you regular. You got a regular job, you regular looking. So again, I don't, this is not doing men a service by letting them be delusional, talk about they need to be polygamous and, oh, well, he not a winner like me. Y'all are not even.
Did you? Pop your damn braces. Did you just call this man regular to his face?
He is regular.
Damn. This nigga, hold up. First of all, that applies to you.
I know who he is. I've seen him on the stream. I've seen him at work. He's got a regular job. Here, and again, there's nothing wrong with it. I just would like to see these regular guys not get too big for their britches and going to be talking about we're not meant to have more than one woman and we're winners, so we should have multiple prizes. Y'all work security. Y'all are cute, but you're regular. I mean, I don't understand. Y'all kill me. Y'all be 5'9". Please sit down. Okay, I want to see a man that is 6'6". I want his penis to be 10 inches or better. I want him to have M's in the bank. I want him to have the stamina of a lion. I want him to be able to go for 2 hours. I want him, and then he can say he's not regular. He'll win.
Bitch,
I'm sorry.
Gulp. First of all, let me gulp. 10 6. 10 inches. 2 hours, bitch. I be tapped out. I can't.
The way they talking, they delusional as hell. Talk about they winners. Winning based upon what? Y'all regular. I've been said, like, you know, we ain't shit, y'all ain't shit either. I don't like that energy that goes to, oh, well, the man is the winner and the prize. And I'll be honest with you, most of y'all women ain't shit, most of y'all regular, and I'll be honest with you, most of y'all men ain't shit, and most of y'all regular too. So everybody need to just bite the bullet, calm down, get a little humble. Okay? Sometimes people just get way too ahead of themselves. A lot of y'all need to humble yourself. And I don't like how the women get this reputation of being delusional, and then we ignore these niggas are just as delusional. Matter of fact, I would dare say the niggas might be more delusional, because at least the women ain't out here talk about here how they want to get one man. These niggas have the delusional audacity to be talking about they want to have multiple. Are you for real? Child.
Well,
Anyway, my next question. I'm gonna get off their neck, but if I see one more delusional comment like that from one of y'all dudes, I don't know what to say. But I really do believe that y'all men are way more delusional than the women. Okay. Moderators, anybody who asks a question about my son, block them so I don't have to go get my file and go to doing reverse IP addresses for mentioning or asking any questions about my child whatsoever. Please, mods. And if one more person asks me if my child is mixed, sorry, sis, I got one more rant I gotta go on. Then I'm done.
I got time. I got time today. Go ahead.
But y'all need to stop with that bullshit. Okay? I know what y'all do. Y'all get pissed off. See, the minute I go to speaking real how I am right now, this is when y'all niggas' penises start to shrivel up. They start to tuck between your legs. Okay, you start to hunch over and you start to get on your knees, and then you start to claw at me in any way you can because your little ego just got damaged. Okay? This stigma that y'all put on boys who are lighter skinned and want to say they're not black, want to say they soft, want to say this and that, go to hell with gasoline draws. And y'all are disgusting to take a fully black child who is clearly fully black and sit and get on the internet. And I'm only ranting on this because someone did this shit on my Instagram too. To get on the internet and roast and sit and attack the race of a 13-year-old young man because now you're mad because I told you that you regular and nobody cares. Now all of a sudden you want to attack my child? But do you know that you will die? Do you know you will literally die? Okay. Now there's many things that are up for conversation on this channel. My child is not one of them. I'm not friendly when it comes to my child. I don't have understanding. I don't want to talk it out. There is no, it's none of that. Okay, I'm a real deal mama lion. So when you come for my son, trust me, y'all, that is not what y'all want to do. But if one more person accuse my child of being mixed, because I know that's what y'all want. Y'all want to be like, oh, she with a white man, so that can mean we can discredit what she's saying. No, baby, my child fully black. I don't like how people try to make it seem he less black or he weak because he light skinned. That's fucking disgusting to do to a black boy. And I will slap the fuck out of all of y'all. And you will die. You will literally die. I'll put a price on your head. I'm from Florida. I know bands. Ain't nobody 10 band proof. So I need y'all to sit down, and a rule on this channel, don't mention my motherfucking child unless you are mentioning how amazing, intelligent, and handsome and sweet he is. Then you can mention that. If you mention anything outside of that, you will die. You is not, listen, ain't nobody 10 band proof. And it's a recession and it's a pandemic, 10 bands, they're gonna do it. So please sit down. Period, Pooh. And his auntie is right there ready as well. So if you want the smoke, then you can get it. But I do not suggest that you do that because y'all know how the sis get. Okay? Y'all know how the sis get. But anyway, so sis, this is my next question.
Yes.
When it comes to, I noticed that you said that you want to get with a man that has vision.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say to the women who have kind of a list of rules on what they want a man to have prior to them getting with them?
You want a man to have, as far as their personality, mentality, or like physically have?
Like physically, like money-wise.
Okay, well, you definitely want to have a man that is stable, you know, that has a job or at least a nice savings or business or a car, you know what I mean? A place to stay and all of that, you know, all of that, it matters. If you're looking for somebody that's serious, that you're trying to build with and stuff like that, he has to be able to provide for himself, most definitely. So yeah, you want a man that not only has the mental capabilities, but you also have to be financially stable, right? And that doesn't mean that he has to be rich though. And I feel like a lot of females have it to where no, he has to make $200,000 and $100,000 and all of this and all of that. That's not really that significant. It's not about how much he has. It's about what he's doing with what he has. You can make $100,000, but then if $100,000 is going out, like what the fuck does that matter? So make sure that the man is able to do for self and responsible with what he has. That's what really matters. Him being responsible with his life. That's why I'm all about a man being self-disciplined, even, because you don't want a man that's out here willy-nilly with his penis, with his finances, with his life, because that's ultimately the guy that is supposed to be taking care of you. And if his foundation is weak, yours is going to be weak too. He can't even take you on because it's going to be like quicksand, because it's already like Jello. So you want to make sure that the man is already solid on his foundation. It doesn't mean that he has to already be the finished product. However, you definitely want him to be well on his way and on the right path to what he's trying to be.
Okay. I like that, sis. Now, y'all, if y'all want to ask some questions, I did put the link in if you want to join and ask a question, or if you want to ask some input. So y'all should be looking for the comment that is pinned. I'm trying to remove this thing. Why will this not go out of here? If y'all have questions, or like I said, if y'all have something that you want to add. And I'm glad you answered that, sis, because we are at this weird place of, I agree, the man should be stable just as a man, as an adult. But, we kind of come across this narrative present day that the women should be able to not have to have shit, contribute anything, and the man should just do it all. And I've always felt like, because some women tell me, oh, why you don't teach hypergamy? And I'm like, listen, too many times we are so focused on if somebody is equally yoked with us financially, and then we totally ignore that, hey, we better make sure we're equally yoked mentally, spiritually.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you worried about the finances, but you've healed, but this person has not. You have confronted your demons, but someone else is still fighting theirs. So I feel like we got to do better with that. How you doing, sir?
What's up?
Hi, you have something you want to add on the subject?
Okay, well, first the first thing is I didn't mention your child. I don't know what that was about, but I'm gonna expand on what I was talking about. I'm talking about when a man does get to that level, I feel as though he should be able.
Hear it unless you're at that level. We are tired of hearing about these fantasy dreams of y'all dreaming about what it will be like when you get there. Let all y'all tell it. You're gonna be this and you're gonna be that.
But see, the difference. Listen, the difference is
fantasizing.
I seen it in action though. That's the difference. My grandfather.
Are you doing it?
Listen.
No, you're not. You're absolutely not.
So okay, what's the point of you getting so emotional about what I'm saying though?
I'm not emotional. I've already made it clear how I feel. I've talked about this before. I said I am tired of this fantasizing about it. And
ain't nobody's fantasizing. I don't believe in homosexuality.
To fantasize about it. Yes,
I don't believe in
fantasizing about it. It's destructive. The reason why I'm emotional about it is because it is literally destructive to us. When we have grown men who are not at that place whatsoever in any way, shape, or form, telling impressionable boys and children that they are prized and they should have multiple prizes is detrimental.
Prize. I don't subscribe to the men being called prizes or whatever the case is. But this is where we do differ. I feel as though when you do get to that level and you establish yourself, you are entitled to, have that. That's all.
You keep saying we. You are not included in that category. Why are you saying we?
I didn't say we. I said when you get to that, when the man gets to that level, you are entitled. I didn't say we. I never said we.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
But even if, I still believe myself to be a winner. You want to know why? I'm 22. I have 2 cars and I have my own spot. And guess what, 6? I'm getting myself at a level where I'm about to open my own home inspection agency. So yeah, eventually I believe in myself that I will be able to be at that level. But here's the thing. It's not it's not a definite want for me. It's more than that, because I believe in a multitude of things that bring a family together. Like, for example, I have believe in adoption, adopting the black children that need adoption. I also believe in polygamy. It is what it is. I don't have any fantasies of a homosexual, two girls kissing type, whatever the case is. My grandfather had 10 wives. This is something I seen growing up. He's from Sierra Leone. That's the only reason. And it's a very strong family. He had his own wealth. He had his own wealth to pass down. My grandmother just went to Africa. She's living off what he left behind. It is what it is. Hello?
We're listening.
Well, that's all I had to add. But I still mess with your content. But that's just what I believe. Peace.
Oh Lord. What is Six doing now, Lord?
I'm looking for a picture of a tumbleweed. Where is a tumbleweed? Oh, I just want to see a tumbleweed right now. That's what I want right now. I want to see a tumbleweed go by. Let me get this ready. I want us to see a tumbleweed right now. I'm just looking for a video of a tumbleweed rolling down the desert road. Okay, because that is what we should have just played when that fool got on there. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I do not allow women to come on here and spew anything detrimental to young women. Okay, and I'm gonna say this because I know y'all Negroes can't wait to say, "Oh my God, she didn't let him talk. She didn't know." I'm gonna go ahead and let this be very clear. A woman cannot come on here and spew anything that could potentially confuse, disrupt, or be destructive to young women. She can't. So therefore, the men cannot come on here spewing anything that can be detrimental or destructive to young men. Like I said, we are in a very odd place as a people. We have been through a lot. We have a lot of progress that we have to make. We do not have time for grown men to be sitting telling these young boys, yeah, you a winner, you're going to have multiple prizes based upon things they have not accomplished. We are so far behind economically right now, telling these young boys to sit and take whatever resources they can, sit and scrimmage up, saying that they should take that and instead go get a bunch of women instead of applying it and investing it and getting their stuff together as though you need multiple women is destructive. So yes, if you get on here spewing that BS, I have no problem letting you be known that that ain't it. Okay. Now let me get this. We're gonna we're gonna just act like that ain't even happened, and we're gonna try to. So Lorenza, it says Lorenza, it's saying your device is not connected. So I don't know if you need to like connect your camera or something like that. You gotta still connect the camera and then you can press no camera if you don't want to be on it, but it does have to be connected because yours is showing off as device not connected. So y'all let me know. So what he said that was off is, first of all, he was lying because he said that if a man is a winner, he should get multiple prizes. He literally said that. So then he proceeds to go on to say, yeah, and the reason why we as men should have multiple women and multiple prizes, and the reason why I did what I did is because I know what this guy do for a living. I've seen him come on here at work. I've seen what he looks like, and he's a regular guy. So that's why I said he's like 22. And so young guys sit and watch it, and now they have all these grown men talk about, yeah, son, you ain't meant to have multiple women, and you ain't meant to have one woman. You should have multiple. And it's so damaging. So that's why I ain't playing no games with y'all when it comes to that. If y'all want to join the stream, join the stream. You can say your opinion and everything like that, but I've already made it clear how I feel about that. This channel is not for the purpose of sitting here and making people confused and making people do the most. So that's why I did that. So if nobody else want to come on, that's fine. You know, that honestly annoyed me to no end anyway. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to leave it open for y'all. If you did want to come on, if y'all did want to ask a question or you did want to give your input. Oh, wait, we have someone here. Hold on, let me see. Hey, how you doing? You got something you would like to add to the stream?
Hey, Six, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Hi, Danica, how are you?
Peace, King. How are you?
All right, sis. Hey, look, check it out. I appreciate Danica's transparency and being forthright and being honest. I can truly appreciate a beautiful, honest woman. And thank you for sharing your input on the realities of, affairs of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition to Six, thank you, sister, once again for putting on a wonderful show. It's always enlightening, and it gives us the time to self-reflect and working on ourselves. I appreciate both of you ladies for, if I would like to say, if we'd have had this 30 years ago, the Black community will probably be in a lot better shape than it is, because a lot of us didn't know how to manage affairs of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're a very serious matter.
Yeah.
Although there are no guarantees in life. However, it's crucial that we learn about affairs of the heart and, all of the social problems and ebbs and flows that go into developing a relationship, so it can turn into a marriage. And
Right.
you're right about what as far as six. You're right about the polygamy thing, because that could have had some impact. I think anyway. Hey, look, I like to think that I'm carrying a decent package, but the stamina of a lion, you got me there. You got me. Hey, I'm 55. Hey, uh, you know. But hey, look, I just wanted to chime in and just uh, give you two ladies, the high five, because this is well needed in our community.
All right. Peace.
All right. Okay. Take care.
Take care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know what the hell just happened to my thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate that as well.
My man says I ain't been in you with the code. Baby say he 50, but he said, hold on now. Wait a minute.
He ain't got that 10. Look, I ain't got that 10, but I can still get it in. All right.
Hey,
I still got that little straw. Hold on. I can still stick and move, baby. That's what he had to say.
Oh my God. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing fine. And you?
Doing good. You got something you would like to add tonight?
Well, what I want to say is, I've always, watched both of your videos, because again, you just speaking from experience. Both of y'all are teaching from experience.
Wait. This is Eugene. I love you, Eugene.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Anyway, yeah. Anyway, both of you keep speaking from experience, especially on the relationship front, because before I ever even thought about getting into a relationship, I was thinking, wow, this is like the happy part of the soap opera, where when you get into it, a lot of reality sets in. So I could probably imagine, what it'd be like if you're actually married. Because now, both, women, men and women, really have to perform their respective roles. Also, I want to say that, I don't believe in this polygamy stuff myself. I like to, be with one woman. And I remember you, Danica, saying
Yeah.
something about, um, alpha men don't think about polygamy either.
Right.
If you think about it, you said, an alpha male does not need many women. All he needs is one. He knows it.
Right. If he can find one solid one, he's fine with that. It's just that, they are not able to find everything that they're looking for in one, which is why a lot of them would want to have multiple.
Right.
But if he had the choice, an almighty alpha would prefer one woman.
Yeah, because he's
solid.
So valuable. He can't even have a bunch of women having to pull him in different directions. He ain't got time for all that.
Right.
Get that multiple women is multiple responsibilities and distractions. I agree with that. I feel like alpha productive men honestly do not have time to entertain multiple women. They just don't.
That's right.
It's got to be one woman. She got to be respectable, know what's up, know how to handle business. And he just does not have time. He does not want to make himself look crazy out here trying to holler. How can you be an alpha man and be married, but be sliding in bitches' DMs? You know what I'm saying? How can you be an alpha man and be married and have a woman, but you sneaking to bring other bitches dinner and go out with them and pillow talk with them and lie to them and tell them what they want to hear? That's not alpha.
Right. They're too busy on their purpose. That women will become a distraction. Yeah. So if they can find one solid woman, that's all that he really needs, because, hey, I'm busy anyway. I don't have time to be entertaining this and entertaining that. Now, but they will, they will dip and dab here and there if they, if they want to. But as far as like, I'm because I got all these different women, I got all these bitches. You're not real alpha then. That's not
right. And a real alpha man, just like any man, doesn't really need to say anything, really. You just gotta do it. You just gotta, keep on your purpose, keep doing what you're doing. Don't say anything.
Right.
All right. Anyway, I want to start by saying, again, Danica, I want to thank you for introducing me to Six Cigars, because I'm subscribed to her as well. You've introduced me to a lot of other people. And also, I am glad to say that I'm seeing more and more and more women content creators speaking this type of truth. So I'm glad to see that. I only listen to one man, but rest are women. All right, so thank you.
That's what we've needed. This is the rise of the feminine. We have needed women to speak up, because the men can all day say about what they want and this, that, and the third, but us as women, we need other women to talk to that we can relate to. And we need sisters to be the ones to stand up and be like, hey guys, listen, we play a part in this as well. We can do better as well. We need to improve as well. And that is why we do what we do. So I appreciate my brother.
Sure. Yeah. And I know I was going to say one more thing, but one more thing. They keep having these debates about guys taking relationships for women. But to me, and I'm speaking the truth here, I think it makes sense, because, I mean, y'all are women. You know more about what, women are about than men do. It makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah. And it's the type of woman, like, I feel like when it comes to learning about men, I'm going to always listen to a man that I respect about how he feels about that. And when it comes to women, I don't understand when the men have a complex about sisters like me and Danica preaching and teaching. I'm like, listen, we don't owe y'all nothing. I have nothing invested in me to want to sit and bullshit y'all or tell y'all what you want to hear. Me and her both ain't got no reason to lie. We're both attractive young women. We're not bitter. We're not like, you want to listen to women like us. Trust me. Because we're going to tell you that real deal. Now, I can see men not wanting to listen to feminist women or matriarchal women or modern women. I can see that. But when you got real sisters who are about their people, who we have no reason to lead y'all down the wrong path, I think men would be very wise to listen to us when we are talking to you guys about how to deal with women, the mindsets of women, and how to navigate. I never understood when men have an issue with that.
All right, absolutely. Anyway, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Eugene.
My brother.
Yeah, and like you said, like I speak like the way that I speak because I used to be a particular type. Like I said, I was not shit, you guys. Right. And it was a lot of transforming. Like now, granted, I could have an excuse and say, well, I was only that way because he wasn't doing this and he wasn't doing that. That's beside the point. If I had been a particular type of woman to begin with, I just should have left that guy. I should have never even, started entertaining other guys. Like I'm going to take accountability for my stuff. Like I had to do a lot of growing up and a lot of maturing. I was at a point to where I was on that path of the women that y'all complain about, the females that y'all complain about. I was her to the negative power. So it was just a mess. So
let me ask you this, Danica, because we talked about this before. Did your husband ever have to put his foot down to the point with you where he had to leave or make you think that he was leaving, or he had to kind of scram for you to wake up and say, you know what, I got to get myself together? Did he ever have to take it to that extent?
Yeah. Hell yeah. But see,
to a brother today who was talking about how his woman is acting real GMO, and I told him, I said, has she ever felt what it's like to lose you? And he was like, no, I ain't never leaving her and leaving them kids. I said, well, that's why she's still acting a fool.
Exactly.
Probably need to scram for at least a month or two and scare her and make her realize, like, oh snap, like, because I think it does get easy to feel that way about masculine men. They do make you feel comforted as though, oh, he ain't never going, he ain't never leaving me. And sometimes as women, we can use that desire of a man to protect his territory against him. So you're saying at some point, hubby had to be like, oh, bitch, you got me fucked up.
Oh, hell yeah. Even, yeah, absolutely. Fortunately for me though, he never like dipped out. Like he'll leave for like maybe a few hours or something like that, or and then come back. But yeah, he definitely put the fear of God in me. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna lose my man. He everything. I love him. Right. And sometimes we need that. We need that awakening as when we in our GMO phases.
Yeah.
And even as a woman, even as a queen or a goddess, we have our female moments. Don't get me wrong. And we can fall into those ruts. And so even still, from time to time, we may need that reality check of, hey, hold up now. I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to do that. And a lot of men, y'all make the grave mistake of having a female feel like she is the best that you can do. Like my ex. I don't feel like I can do better than you, or making her feel like there's no losing you. So no matter what I do, I'm going to be comfortable and I'm going to do what I want to do. But if you have a woman on her toes and make her know and understand that you will not be disrespected, certain behavior will not be tolerated. And if it is, and if she continues on with that, you can politely remove yourself. And sometimes you need that. You need to, let your woman know, like, you will not be played with. And like really mean it though. Like don't just do it so you can scare her. Like really mean it. Like I felt in my man's energy. I felt in my husband's energy. He was not playing with me. This is not a game. Like he was dead serious. Like, look, I will leave. So you definitely got to stand on your square as a man. Otherwise, females will play with you. Like, oh, he ain't going nowhere. He just mad right now. He'll be over it.
Yeah, he'll be all right. I ain't doing shit.
Right.
Yeah. I see that a lot. And I would say, like, that's my main fear about marriage. Like, that is a big reason as to why I have broke off my engagement, was because this is my worst fear. Like, this is the scariest thing in the world to me. Like, this, I will have nightmares about this. My scariest thing, because when I'm with a man, I say I'm with you. I'm talking about I will scream from the rooftops and I'm with you. I will support every single thing you do. I will be there because that is in my nature. I am naturally a giver. I am naturally a pleaser. I am naturally a nurturing woman. So that is how I show my love. And when I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you all the way. So what I've experienced in my past is the man then begins to get like, oh, oh, I got her. Oh yeah, she locked
Right.
in. She with me. My worst fear is to marry a man, have children with a man, be 100% for this man, and then he feel like, oh, I got her, and then he switch up and start acting a fool and start trying me and start driving me insane. Like that's
Right.
the worst fear, is for someone to, you know, get me there, lock me in, and then be like, gotcha, bitch, and then do
Right.
like that is the scariest thing in the world to me.
Mm.
You know, so I don't know. It's it's rough, like navigating things. So what would you say is the key to, while you do want to show respect for your man and have him, you know that he won't tolerate certain things from you, how do we as a women navigate that to where the man can want to do right by us and stick by us and respect us with and be loyal to him and show him love and praise him without having it be to the point where he then wants to take advantage of it and thinks, oh, this bitch ain't going nowhere, I can do what I want to do?
Well, see, everything goes back to balance too. So you never want to do too much without having any kind of real reciprocation. And I recently had a email from a young lady earlier today that was dealing with that exact issue. And she asked me like, "Hey, Danica, I love your channel and everything. You have great advice. But I'm dealing with my man, and I feel like I'm doing more than he is. And I've communicated to him that, you know, I feel like he needs to do more. He's taking me for granted. He's taking advantage of my love and all of this. How do I deal with that? You know, I feel like I'm doing too much." And I told her the same thing. Like everything goes back to balance. Continue to do what you are doing as a woman. But if you feel like for any reason that you're doing too much, just pull back a little bit and allow him to understand, you know, what your role is and what your value is, and also communicate that as well. Like if you ever get to a point to where you do feel like, hey, you are taking advantage of me, or I feel like you're taking me for granted, communicate that to your man and let him know how you're feeling, and then moving forward what you're going to start to kind of pull back from until, you know, you do start to see some changes. You know, I think we all have to do that in our relationships. Like, hey, like I feel like I'm going above and beyond for you, and you're really not doing that for me. Like my husband had to do that. He had to check me one time for doing that. For instance, I'll give an example here. My husband, he's the same way. He's all in. He's all in. When he's with you, he's gonna ride with you. And I began to take that for granted. Like, oh, he's gonna be here. He's gonna do what he wants to do. I can do what I want to do, right? And he communicated to me like, hey, I feel like, you know, I am making certain sacrifices for you, and I am going above and beyond for you. I'm making the compromises, and you're not doing this for me in return. He said, and he had to let me know. So until I start to see some adjustments or improvements from you, you know, I'm gonna fall back a little bit. And I feel like as women, we can do the same thing. When we start to feel like maybe we're being taken for granted or taken advantage of, just communicate that to your partner. You know, respectfully. Don't make it into like this big argument, but like just sit down with your partner and like thoroughly convey to them your feelings. And like, hey, I feel like this, and you know, until I start to see some kind of improvements, I feel like it'll be best for me to kind of hold back a little bit, you know, because I do feel like my feelings are getting hurt. You know, just be very, very vulnerable about, you know, your issue, and see what he does with that. And if he continues to take that for granted or not have any improvements, then it's probably just the best thing to do is just to go. But you definitely should communicate.
Yeah, and that's when I knew. I was like, oh no. I said, oh hell no. I already see what's going on here. Boy, I am not putting this shit in blood. Boy, it's gonna be over. So
Right.
now, what I do like, because I'm a big believer in this, is I believe in publicly praising your man, and I've noticed that you do this a lot with yours. Now,
I do.
some women say that you're not supposed to do that. I don't know.
Oh,
I feel conflicted on this because I can kind of see both sides, but I lean more towards, yeah, if that's my man, and you know, especially if that's my husband and he's doing right and he's doing great things, then yes, I should. Some women feel like you should never really praise no man because they feel like then it make him feel like he's conquered you, or makes him feel like, oh, like boost his ego up. So what are your thoughts on public praise of your husband and of your man?
I feel like that is a beautiful thing, especially if he's doing what he needs to do as a man. Like, you should know your man better than anybody. So I know that by me publicly praising my husband, that's not gonna make him feel like, oh, I got her conquered. See, the problem is a lot of females are used to dealing with niggas. And so you can't publicly praise niggas, and because then they'll take it for granted. They'll take advantage of it, and they'll start to feel like, oh, I can be comfortable, I can be relaxed, and I can, kind of coast because, hey, I'm the man. She's stroking my ego. But when it comes to dealing with quality men, you should praise them. You should let them know that you appreciate them. That makes them want to go harder for you. That makes them want to, praise you back. Because that's the thing, sis. The reason why I'm an advocate for praising your man is because when you praise him, they want to continue to get that adoration from you. So the more you praise them for doing what they need to do, they're going to do it more, because men, as quiet as kept, they love to be praised. They love that attention. They love to be adored and respected. So the more you do display like, hey, I'm so grateful that my husband is such a supportive man, such a provider man, that makes him want to provide and support you more. It's only when you're dealing with low vibrational, low quality guys to where they will start to view you like, oh, I conquered her. I got this bitch in the bag. I can do what I want to do. But real men, they need that. You need to do that. That makes them want to continuously pour into you.
Okay. All right. I like that, sis.
Yeah.
Well, sis, I think this was a good stream.
Always.
I really appreciate your transparency.
I'm going to be real with y'all.
And you know what? We need that, because this is the whole point of the Wife Talk series. We are going. This is what the point is. I don't want none of the wives to come on here capping and bullshit. If we're gonna come on here, we're gonna be real with the ladies. Again, we need to see, and this is why I'm having different archetypes of women on here. So last week we had Miss Daniels. And Miss Daniels is the one that did it right. You know what I'm saying? She's the one where she did it the way it's supposed to be done. So we've had one wife do things the way it's supposed to be done. Now we have Danica, who got her own little swag and did things a little more unconventional. The reason why I'm doing all these different wives with different archetypes, different stories, is to show us ladies how, yes, the foundations of a marriage are all the same. However, the way it comes about, the story behind it, the process of it will be different. There is not this one way fairy tale way of how this is going to look. It's going to look different, according to each circumstance.
Right. I could have come on her lying to y'all. Oh, we met at this wonderful mansion and we fell in love under the stars. And no, nigga, I was with another dude. I was engaged. I left his ass and got with my husband, and that's what it was. My husband was not even an advocate for marriage. He made that sacrifice for me and that compromise for me. And we we just been living happily ever after. But we still have our ups and downs. We still go through our things, and it's just all about us, reaching resolutions and continue to thrive and grow. Nothing is perfect, and stop looking for this fairy tale type of relationship. It doesn't really exist, you guys. And anybody out there telling you, oh, we met like this and we got together and it's just peaches and cream, they're full of shit. Like, be real, so we can understand what we're dealing with, what we're looking for, what we can look out for. Even you never know how you may find the love of your life. Maybe you guys are married to different people. Maybe you are in a relationship. Maybe they're in a relationship. We just don't fucking know, you guys. So it's all about me being real. You can attack me later, it's okay, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna be real with y'all regardless, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. So I appreciate you guys for appreciating my transparency, because it takes a lot to be vulnerable. People can pick apart everything and, oh, well, she this type of female and she did this and she ain't shitting it, so it is what it is. But if I can be a teaching tool, I'm willing to do that all day, every day. If I gotta throw myself under the bus, I'll do that all day, every day. That's what I pride myself on, being authentic.
Yes, that's what a teacher is. That's why I say they want teachers to be these perfect people who never made no mistakes. They can't teach you shit then. These are the type of teachers that you really want. Yeah, so our next wife archetype, I like that. Our next wife archetype, probably it will be a woman who did a blended family. I really want to see if we can get Leticia on here. She's one of my favorite. There's another sister named April that I love. I'm also going to see if April can get on here, but I'm going to find us a good wife archetype that has a blended family. And I do think Leticia will be a good one. I'm going to reach out to her and see if she'll come on and talk to us. Sis, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. And you have a good evening, my love.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me as well. All right. Peace to all of y'all. Peace.
I think I just pressed the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm loving this series, guys. I am loving this series. So we had Miss Daniels, again, the wife that did it right. She has a daughter. We have Danica, who did things more unconventional. She doesn't have any children yet. So I think, yeah. So now we're going down a list of different scenarios. I think, yes, we do need a wife who does come from a blended, who put together a blended family. I do know the wife I do want for that. I'm gonna reach out to her. If I cannot get her, I'll find someone else that will come on here and talk to us. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. I really appreciate it because I agree. I don't like to talk about, oh, we need this and we need that. I don't like doing that. I like for it to be, that we know what we need and, we keep going. I don't want to sit and complain. I rather just, why is this doing this? I don't want to complain. I rather just say, okay, if this is what we need, then this is what we're going to do. Okay. So that's why I wanted to do this series. Again, how we talk about the men, how they sit and they fantasize about polygamy and having these multiple women and all that. And it's just a fantasy in their head. It's not a realistic thing that they are doing and have the resources and physicality and mentality to do. This goes the same with women, but just when talking about getting a husband, one husband, it becomes this fantasy. It becomes this grandiose idea of what it's supposed to look like. It becomes very fairy tale influence. And that's why I want to do this series, because we need to hear about how this really goes. Thank you so much for the cash apps, Miss Fatima. Thank you so much. She said for a great show. Thank you. Thank you so much for the cash app, Mr. C Square. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, so we will again be back with a new wife talk series next week. We're gonna try to go live again tomorrow because I have some things I do want to discuss on the stream. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah, so yeah, probably tomorrow we'll go live again. And we'll discuss certain things. There's two different things I want to discuss tomorrow, and I'm not quite sure what I want it to be. The two things I want to discuss this week are, one, I want to go ahead and have this discussion. The brothers have been hounding me for this video. I said I was going to do it months ago, and then I didn't do it because I was like, I don't think that Negroes can handle this conversation, because I'm starting to learn with Negroes. You give them an inch and they take a mile. So I had decided, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to put that information out there because these Negroes do not know how to act. But when I thought about it, I'm like, I already said I was going to do it. And there have been so many situations and consultations and people coming to me lately where I'm like, I need to go ahead and talk about this. So I am going to either be talking about, and you guys can send me a message on Instagram and let me know, or I'll do a poll or something on Instagram. Y'all follow me on my Instagram at @SixTheGoddess. I'm going to do a poll on what we want the next live to be about, because I want to do this live stream on the truth behind a man juggling multiple women. I want to talk about what y'all Negroes, so many y'all Negroes are just doing so incredibly wrong when it comes to trying to be players out here, and it just ain't working out. My Instagram is along the bottom. You can either DM me. The other thing that I want to discuss is, to be protected, you must be protectable. I want to talk about You know, there's this theory and this kind of mindset that goes around present day of, well, I don't gotta do nothing for a man, I don't gotta do nothing for this. And I want to talk about how we as women get so dead set on what we not gonna do for a man that we forget that certain behaviors or certain things are done for us. And we get so caught up in so I'm not doing this to appease no man or because a man has expectation of me. So I do want to do a live stream about protection and how to be protected. We as women have to be protectable. So we'll either talk about the you know, how to handle juggling multiple women. And I also want to do to be protected, you need to be protectable. So you guys let me know which one you want to do on our next stream. Even though we will still do both of them, I would just like to know which one y'all would want to do on the next stream. Again, send me a DM. I'm also going to do a poll on Instagram and we'll decide what we want the live to be about tomorrow. So we've been on here for a little minute. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Please like the video. Do not get out here without liking the video. Do not get out of here without subscribing to the channel if you have not already subscribed to the channel. You also need to go ahead and click that notification bell to let you know when I go live, because you know YouTube be hating. So share the video, like the video, subscribe. I appreciate you all, and you all have a good night.